Hi, beginning band. Hope you are enjoying your practice time at home, and hope you're missing band. I am missing band too. It's so great when we're all together live, and there's nothing that can really replace that experience. So keep practicing because we will have band in the future. We just don't know when. Okay, so today what we're going to do is the B-flat scale and review that. Also 131, 132. We're also going to review our terms that we talked about last week. And so we're going to start with our B-flat scale to warm up. And whenever I say whatever scale, it's always concert. So clarinets and trumpets would start on a C. All right? And then percussionists, you're going to just play along with us. And if it's too hard, the scales that they have in the back of the book and what you're supposed to be doing, choose simply eighth notes and quarter notes. So you could go and alternating your hands. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So all eighth notes for one measure, all quarter notes for one measure. I'd rather have you stay on the beat and be even with your hands than trying to do something really tricky rhythmically and then not being able to follow along. So here we go. We're going to start on the concert B-flat scale. Getting the right note in your head if you're a brass player. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, and again, if that's too fast, you can turn me off and practice it slow until you're able to follow along with me. And percussionists, also you should know this on your bells. In fact, it's probably better you practice that on your bells first and know that than the snare. All right, we're going to go to 131 next. Let's look at all these terms here. We've got moderato, which is up here on the board. What does moderato mean? Moderate speed, pretty easy to remember. And if you don't remember, we have a metronome marking for that. If we turn on our metronome, it's 100 beats per minute. So we know 60 is the speed of a second. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. So 100 would be something like that, okay? So we're going to look at 131. Beethoven wrote it. Beethoven was a composer who lived in the late 1800s, or the early 1800s, late 1700s, and he was at the end of the classical period going into what we call the Romantic period. All the way up to 1900 was the Romantic period, but he wrote some music that was ushering in the Romantic period at 1850. So you see there's a lot of dynamics in here. What's dynamics? Volume of music, how loud or how soft. So we start with piano. We crescendo to mezzo forte. Think about a 4-beat crescendo from piano to mezzo forte as being like you're going up steps. And the first quarter note is soft, and you want to make it to mezzo forte, so you're going to think of maybe a little bit louder, plus, P. And then mezzo piano for the next one, and mezzo forte for the next one. That way you're not playing everything soft and suddenly loud, or everything suddenly loud, and we didn't get a slow build up. So doing those crescendos, looking for the decrescendos, measure 4, measure 8. All right, and then at the very last 4 measures, you finish with the loudest volume. What's that called? Forte. All right, clarinets, lots of over the break stuff. So practice this a little slower at first if you need to. You have starting on E, and then you have 2 E's, and then F, and then G. So practicing those high notes with a firm embouchure and lots of air. And if it's hard to get to those high notes right away, remember you can play the low note with the same fingering without the register key, and then touch the register key. So if I play the first note, E, the low note is really A, and then I'll touch the register key. Like that. All right, here we go. 131. Starting soft. 1, 2, ready. You've probably heard that song before, and I don't mean recorders, even though it is at the 9th belt. Ode to Joy, yes. This is probably Beethoven's most famous symphony. He wrote 9 symphonies, and this one he wrote when he was completely deaf. Kind of crazy. Amazing genius. All right, let's go to number 132. Ready or Not, it's called. Clarinets have a challenge going over the break. So make sure that you hover your hands really close to the keys while you're going over your break. Your right hand is almost down. And lots of smooth sounds, everybody. We're slurring. Percussionists, if you're playing this on snare, counting out loud while you're playing, and very important. If you're playing this on bells, being beautiful with your touch, okay? In fact, percussion, I encourage you to play this both on bells and snare, just to keep up your technique and to remember your treble clef. All right, let's look at the key signature, everybody. We're in concert F. So clarinets and trumpets are playing the G scale, 1 sharp. But you'll also notice that it's got no F sharps in the whole song. So why is it in the key of G, clarinets and trumpets? Because G is the central sound of the song. It's Do. So you don't have to play an F sharp to make it in that key. Okay, forte and andante. What is andante, everybody? Moderately slow. And again, we had a metronome marking of about 72. We're not going to get to playing a song allegro today, but number 133 is allegro, and that one is a little hard. I might play that at the end just for fun so you can hear what it sounds like. I think that's for next week too. You can start practicing. All right, here is Ready or Not, really smooth, and again it is repeated. A little slower. 1, 2, ready, and... Repeat. All right, and I'm going to play 133 just for fun. This is how it's going to go. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but we're going to talk more about it next week. See if you can figure out the meaning of the title. It's German, and I'll work on pronouncing it right. Here it is. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It was fun to play with you today. I hope you keep on playing and do your listening. Don't forget your listening for every week. See you later.